What's going on, man? It just went ahead and throw us both on the screen.
Oh,
Thanks,
what we
thanks,
doing out here, yo?
thanks, StreamYard, for changing that up on me. Just threw us both on screen, not just let us do it. Don't let me direct my own show or anything like that. What's going on, everybody? Hello, welcome to Yo Retro episode 57, and I
That's
named it
so.
the biggest review ever because Atgames decided to say, you know what, we're not going to just release one a week. Not 2 a week, not 3 a week, not 4 a week. Let's do 5.
Five
Let's just
of
go
them.
ahead, let's go ahead and put 5 tables out there, man. So none of these people can bitch and complain about lack of titles, delays, any more of that stuff now. Everything's caught up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was a hell of a delay for the rare pack, but we back in business. It looked like at games, you got Zen just dropping random tables on people like we didn't even expect. So that's cool too.
Yeah.
That was out the blue with the football super league. So
You know what? I kind of like this a lot better. I'd rather not know what Zen table's next. Just go ahead and announce it the night before
yeah.
and and drill up that hype that way, man. I kind of like it this way.
Yeah, don't give us no time to prepare. I'm cool with that. But the 5 tables is kind of crazy. I was
Yeah.
scrambling all week trying to figure out how we're going to do this show.
So yeah, I feel bad for you flipper friends, people out there. Y'all gonna be going nuts with these 5, 6 tables going on at one time. The reviewers, man, like they just drop it out of nowhere, and I would just got to figure out a way to purchase the table, find a time to play the table, and then give you all our best possible review for it.
Yeah. That's the tough part too, is giving you a solid review, trying to really break these tables down when you got very little time to play them. We had a little bit of more time for like Future World. But this
Yeah.
latest pack, Soccer Kings Deluxe, I didn't have very much time to play that.
Oh, you're gonna get more time to play it, my man.
Oh well, you had me busy scrambling at the last second with these thumbnail ideas, and I'm like, all right, we got to have a dope thumbnail with
We have
because
to have a dope thumbnail.
yeah, originally we were gonna let him pick KI, me pick Battletoads or whatever, and then he was like, no, we should throw the other ones in there, and sent me like a concept image, and I was like, all right. So I spent like an hour working on the one y'all see now. And while I was doing that, you see he was running up the leaderboard on Soccer Kings Deluxe. So he kept me busy. That's his new tactic, y'all. Keep me busy to the last minute of the show working on the art so he could run up the leaderboard. That's messed up.
Oh, sorry, man. But hey, it turned out beautiful, man. The best thumbnail I could think of from you.
Yeah, that was a
That's some of
dope
your best
strat,
work.
though.
That's
That was a
that's
dope
that's
strategy.
wallpaper quality type stuff right there, man.
Yeah, at games, holler at me.
Yeah, there you go. All right, let's catch up with everybody that's in chat. We got 27 viewers showing up. We got Jason Little Alien. Welcome back, man. I'm glad you are back from wherever your trip was, and you're back into the modding scene, back in the home arcade community. Fat Hog says he's going to have to stop and watch the replay, but he's super impressed by Football Super League. We'll get into that. MSU Rich, RetroTech X, RTX Pinball. Make sure you watch his tutorials and his reviews on the new pinball tables, man. He's always got good stuff going on. Marine 50, good to see you, sir. Israel Gaming, Ray Delatore.
Ray.
My good friend Stock Jock had a great time with you at Southern Fried Gaming Expo with you, as well as Nerds Lounge Master 84. And I'm still trying to recover from the weekend, man. We got
Partying.
Penny K, Arthur McCullum.
Yo, what up, Mac?
And I'm trying to see if that
Word
is
up.
everybody. Oh yeah, we're doing all right, man.
Israel, what up?
I had my first day off since Southern Fried Gaming, but I really haven't had any time off because I've been all over the daggone place
I'm
all
doing
freaking week.
I'm doing exceptional. I'm doing exceptional. Okay, since you asked,
You're doing exceptionally well.
you could say that. You could say that again. Matter of fact, go ahead. Just repeat yourself.
You're, you're doing exceptionally well.
Thank you. I am.
Damn right. Football Super League is the surprise of the year. Man, that was a surprise of the year.
Yeah.
Before we jump into that though, let's get into some other news that's going on in the home arcade scene. Congratulations to Glenn on his GRS Buildacade FU edition, fully funded within 7 minutes of going live. And currently, right now, it's sitting at $370,000 with 191 backers. Congratulations, Glenn, for your basically your dream to come true, man.
Incredible, bro. Incredible. The fact he reached that goal like that, like incredible.
Yeah,
That shows you this community. You got a good idea. They'll back you up.
absolutely. A lot of people in this community were waiting a long time for something that Glenn was going to do, and it's finally coming into fruition. I can't wait to see the final product.
Yeah, we got to meet Glenn in Cleveland. That was dope.
Yep, yep. Hopefully, we'll get to meet him there again. Maybe not there, but somewhere. How many did Six pick up? I bet he's got half a dozen of them.
I'm about out of space. To be honest, I got no space. That's why I've been going party cake crazy, putting them on the walls because I got no more room.
How many party cades you got now?
5 of them.
5. So yeah, you are right up there with old Todd. Nerd Lounge Master, you're gonna have to get up on it, man. Try to find them party cades.
Yeah, I got the Centipede 8-1, Defender, Street Fighter 2 with the 99 Lives deck and a Shinku built in with Wi-Fi. I got Galaga and Asteroids. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, 5. Is that 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
So you don't have
I,
NBA Jam?
I don't have Jam because I got the 4-player Jam, the original with the real T molding on it. If y'all know, you know.
Yeah.
And then
what, Mrs. Pac-Man?
I want a Miss Pac-Man.
Yeah.
I got a Pac-Man with a 60-1 in it, but
Okay.
I'd like to get a Miss Pac-Man party cade and put that my 60-1 in there.
All right.
$50 for that? You're crazy, bro. You cannot get. Look, this is what I'm saying. I'm out of space. I got Defender on my door.
It's a good place for it though.
I got Galaga over
there. The only party cade they didn't make a Mortal Kombat 2 party cade, did they?
No.
I'm missing out, man.
Yeah, well, that's why I kind of wanted to mod my Defender and put that Joust PCB in it. But then, like, I'd lose the Defender layout in the process. But then I'd have them extra games like MK and all that. And I was just gonna do that like I did with my Street Fighter. But then I don't know. I'm on the fence about it because that Defender, that thing. I seen one for like
that thing's worth the most out of everything else.
Yeah, I seen one going for like almost 2K on eBay, and I'm like, what? And I know I'm not saying it's worth it, but I'm just saying like, man, the price is high to try to get one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's move on.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry about that. Moving on to the show. So there's another Kickstarter going on, and I remember this one had issues. Like they didn't know if this was going to come out. Like there was some kind of like parts issue or something like going on, or I can't remember what 19K Fox was talking about. But it got like pushed back, and then all of a sudden it just went live.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Yeah, and speaking of it going live, it's been live for 3 days, and there's already 2,275 backers, almost a $500,000 Oh shit. Let's see. There we go. Almost $500,000 is back, dude. Like, it's been live for 3 days and people are just backing the crap out of us.
Hey,
So this makes it feel legit, man.
we like that retro stuff, you know.
Yeah, I guess Time Crisis has much more of a big deal than in my mind. I think about that. Like, Time Crisis is cool, but I was like, is it that big of a deal?
Oh
Apparently so.
man, people played the shit out of Time Crisis in the arcades. It was a big deal. Like it was after my time a little bit, like in the arcades. Like I had kind of checked out. I would still stop in there every now and then, but you know, I remember even being like, "What is this foot pedal shit?" And then being like, "Oh, that's badass. That's a
Yeah,
genius idea. I like the way Namco implemented that." But you know, I was used to shooters being on rails, you know, and not having those decisions to take different paths and duck and you know, but Time Crisis, yeah, man, people remember that big time.
yeah. I just did not think of it as
Yeah,
that big of a
a
deal. Like I
Defender
played it. It's cool.
is real. A Defender cab or a Defender party case. See, there's two different things.
Yeah, very different things.
People love that party cab, bro.
Yeah, which I never really seen the Defender cab like out and like where I could buy one. I've only seen them like on oh, it is a party cade, but the big Defender cade, like I've only seen a couple of those people having them in videos. Never seen it where you could actually buy it.
I
So
did I did when it first came out, but not it. It was like a very small skew.
yeah, I was about to say shit. My memory's gone so bad. I don't even remember that cab too much. I know what's his name. Gotham City Arcade has one.
Yeah, yeah, I seen that. He's
But I
doing some
can't remember.
mods to it.
So many games released lately. Who doesn't love a soccer pinball game?
You know what I was thinking, P
Why
Dubs?
are you surprised?
Like dinosaurs finally got some competition on this machine because there's almost as many soccer games now on this machine.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was in Retrotech X's Discord earlier, and we are actually discussing that. I was like, "Damn, totally." There's like 9 soccer games, 13 dinosaur games, and 11 games that have to deal with either space shuttle, or moon flight.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It is crazy. Like some of the themes, they run wild with some of the themes, and then there's other ones. It's like, where's the American football game?
Yeah,
Can we get one of those?
yeah. Where's my big hurt pinball for Gottlieb, man? I would love to have been able to have that. Guess just gotta play it on VPX. Whatever, man. But going back to this Kickstarter, man, for Time Crisis, you get a keychain if you pre-order it, and then they got what 6 different bundles, right? They got the basic, premium, and ultimate. Either comes with 1 gun, no pedal, 1 gun, 1 pedal, 2 guns, 1 pedal. Um,
Is the game list different though? Because if you go back, god damn,
mm,
you pulled a unk right there and skipped through the whole show.
I did. I'm trying to look at the difference. It looks like okay, that's a Japanese version. Japanese version, instead of what's it called, point blank, it's gun bullet.
Yeah, you get different games based on the model too. Because the first one looked like it's just Time Crisis. It don't have all the other games. Yo, yo, yo,
So
hero.
so the Japanese version is getting like this black and orange color gun. We're getting the blue and orange.
Yeah, well, you
That's
know,
basically the only
we
difference,
can't have
right?
realistic looking light guns over here.
Yeah, especially black ones.
Can't, whoa, whoa, sir, watch that. I'm
My
playing.
bad.
Run
My
around
bad,
with the
man.
can't be running around with these blickies out here. You'll get popped by
There
a
you
crooked one.
go.
That's why they color. I remember when I was kids, they started coloring all the guns. Like you used to be able to buy like realistic looking toy guns, and they just started
Mhm.
making them bright orange and shit. Super soakers. Yeah.
Oh, we got a lot to talk about, y'all. A lot of Atgames stuff, so I'm just gonna start rolling it in until we get to the reviews, and then, man, we're gonna try to give y'all the best reviews possible, man. Let you know what's good, what's bad, and why we think it's good, why we think it's bad. But
You could
Future
ask
World
me.
Deluxe is the main table for the 4KP and HD when it comes to the Flipper Friends tournaments. I think the only difference between the HD, well, of course, it's Laura Croft's Tomb Raider in the 4K, but in the HD also, instead of Frontline, it's Deep Ocean on the 4K.
Okay.
So,
Michael
yeah,
B's
there's
calling
that.
me out because I said his end prices increase. Look, well, I look. Okay, you're right. You're right.
You're
We
right.
say
You're
we
right.
caught on the next pack, but we'll
It's
see.
still coming.
We'll see.
It's
We'll
still
see if
coming.
we'll see. Yeah, exactly. We see if them prices don't go up.
It's
But
still coming.
maybe I spoke too soon. But like I was telling people, there's a lot of other 3 packs that are cheaper than that last one.
Yeah.
There's a lot. There's a Godzilla Kong. There's a lot of them. There's all the Universal TV classics and stuff. So the prices vary based on the license holder, I think. But I think they're going to go up. I do think they're going to go up.
For sure.
I just spoke too soon. So you're right, Mike.
One
What are you
second.
doing? What are you doing?
I
What
got a
are you
DM
doing?
request from on Discord. Give me a second.
Oh my God! Here he goes. I hope it's not uh little Tatiana that was messaging Mac the other day.
No,
Because
no, no, no. It's
oh,
Israel Gaming, man. He sent you a message on Discord. Wanted to show six this. I thought it was 350, but it's 375. Talking about that Defender Partycade.
okay.
So yeah. So there's your Flipper Friends tournaments that I think ends today. Thursday, right? Yeah, it usually ends on Thursday. So let's get into the first table, man. So this was released last Friday, the day that I went to Southern Fried, the day after our last episode on Yo Retro. Um, Six, man, go ahead and get started on this. What you think?
I was pleasantly surprised. I like it more than all the recent base tables. And when you were gone, I was like, damn, he's missing out. This is not missing out, like that. Like,
Eventually, you'll get into it, but yeah,
yeah, but I was like, he would actually like this. This is dope. So nothing really bad to say about it, but nothing super super memorable. I remember, the call outs are dope. It's a cool voice, like it sounds good. It fits the table. But
good
this
music.
is yeah, the music's dope. Yeah, exactly. Matter of fact, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but matter of fact, I'll cut
Yeah,
that shit.
let's do that.
Yeah, it's good music. I feel like the Magic Pixel physics are getting a little bit better, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't
I
know.
think it
Maybe
really
I'm
depends on the table, man.
yeah, or it depends on what you like and don't like. But there is a stark difference between their physics and Zen. I'm not saying that, but yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed this table. I think the one drawback I seen was the DMD was still old school, wasn't it?
What's so funny about that is Zachariah Pinball Magic Pixel updated their Steam version of this game today and gave it the new DMD.
Wow.
So hopefully that comes to Act Games. But they did this table, Zancor Deluxe, Earth Wind Fire Deluxe, and another one I can't think of it. But talking to Retro Tech X, he says Future World Deluxe new DMD looks amazing. So
Yeah,
they do want to go back and redo all their deluxe tables and give them the new DMD style. So they did all the artwork before. Now they're going back and doing the DMDs. I hope all this stuff comes as a completed package to that games process.
yeah. That's my biggest question is because that's the platform I play these on. So I want us to get these updates. and I don't want Atgames blocking them. That's why I think this Zen shit's it's healthy competition because hopefully they can motivate and inspire each other to push for greatness. On the table development side, on the SSF implementation side, on the solenoids fire and everything being as realistic as they could possibly dial it in. And then
Yeah.
also getting them DMDs right. That's a big part of the game,
Yeah. About Future World Deluxe, though, a couple of things that are really, really unique to the table is at the top right area when you spell space, that jet engine that's hanging above where you spell space, it will turn on and it will shoot the ball down to your flippers like really, really, really fast for 45 seconds. I think that's what the timer says, but that's a cool little gameplay addition to it. What's another one? I know you can get to the second playfield if you build the middle platform, but the only problem with that middle platform that I really hate is once you start building it up, it becomes easier for you to drain and just instantly lose the game.
Yeah. So but you're probably going to hear out of me 10 times tonight. I didn't have enough time to play all of these. You know what I mean? Like, this is a table I wish I had a week to just sit down and focus on, learning. Because I did enjoy this table. Graphics
I can't remember. I think you were in the top 50 on this one.
Possibly.
If it's not this one, then it's another one that we're about to talk about.
Yeah, I possibly was. I know I wasn't getting it. People were getting really high scores on this table, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
It's,
almost immediately. Some of these Magic Pixel tables come out and it's like it takes a while for the leaderboards to rack up. This one, people were on it almost immediately. Thank you.
Yeah, you can't hit the side of that platform to get to the upper playfield. Okay, gotcha. See, I hadn't even got that far on this table, man. That's just I have so much trouble when I do accidentally knock up that platform to build it up. That to me, it's like that's game over for me because I'm going to screw up somehow. Like your whole strategy of the table turns. Like you have that open playfield is gone at that point. Now it's like in a V shape, and if you hit that thing wrong, you're draining instantly. Like there's nothing you can do about it. Cool concept though. A 6. What would you rate the table, man?
Yeah, that was another thing I was trying to debate on all day today. Like, damn, I got to score these fucking tables later. Bro, I want to get us like a 7.5, 7.5.
Yeah, that's a good score. Considering I'm pretty sure something's going to score higher on this list. But I say 7.5 is about right on it. Is it worth the $6 or $8? In my opinion, this falls right in that nice category where this one's one of the ones worth picking up if you haven't picked it up.
Yeah, I didn't. I actually almost didn't feel any kind of pain paying for this one. I still had that thought in my brain, in the back of my mind, going, the Zen tables is cheaper though, bruh. And I was like, You right. I was like, You right. And you kind of like them more. And I was like, You right. But then I bought it and I was like, yeah, this is pretty dope. It's enjoyable. I actually have fun with this.
Yeah. So we got most of the people in the chat saying this table's about a 6. And in the back of my mind, it's like, yeah, I can see how y'all could call this a 6. But when I compare to some of these other tables on this list or on these 5 tables that we're about to review, I kind of want to score this one higher, man, when you compare it to those.
I wouldn't go that far, but I just enjoyed it. I think it's a fairly good table. To me, like a 7's like, grading wise, like if you went to school, it's like a C,
Yeah.
to me. Like I look, it's like a C
It's
average, you
passable.
know. So it's not an A or a B, you know, if you were grading it, but it's about a C, you know, a C plus. It's not bad. It's fun. Maybe we
There you
should
go.
grade these tables instead of scoring them. People hate the scores.
Yeah.
Solid
All right.
six, you know.
Yeah. So and then Retro Tech X says I gave it a 9. It's one of the best Magic Pixel tables. So yeah, it's all over the place. We're kind of like middle ground. Some of y'all are about a little lower, but yeah, I'll give it like if you gave it a letter grade, I'll say a C, C plus.
Well, see,
Probably
like
in that range.
corner case, they're going, you know, seven's like average. Probably going back to play the table, not going back to play the table unless you're bored. True, or unless you're doing a flipper friends, or you're trying to best chaotic score one of your friends, you know. So that to me is where I kind of go. Well, I had fun with the table. It was a little bit pricey in contrast to the Zen tables, but I wouldn't mind going back to this table, and I own it forever, kind of, you know. So for the
Yeah.
price, I'm going. Yeah, it's a fair 7.75, I think, to me.
Yeah, it's a 7 compared to other Magic Pixel tables. The way and another way we like to look at it is the table. Are you going to go back and play this table again? Does that make to me that makes it worth the price of entry? Because yeah, I'm willing to pay this again. I'm willing to play this again because I've already bought it. So
Well, for me, it's that too. But like, if I see it on the Flipper Friends tournament, I'm not gonna frown upon having to revisit it. Where some of those, I'm like, oh man, green eggs and ham. You know, like I don't want to play that, man. But if I see this on there, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, I ain't played that in a couple months. Now I'm looking forward to revisiting it for me, you know.
yeah,
So I
so
like
yeah,
this.
7.5 guys. If you got the $8, man, $6, whatever, pick it up. It's honestly worth coming back to. All right. The
I don't know.
long, the long awaited Battletoads rare pack finally drops on a Tuesday
Yeah.
out of nowhere. Just Atgames just like, you know what? It's ready. Here you go.
My
Oh boy.
my KI Pro Cab was smiling on that whole day because it was like I got a little brother now. I got a couple little brothers. I can have Battletoads over there, Battletoads over here. I got
Yeah.
KI over there, KI over here.
Yep. So I used to work for Atgames, and for 3 months I sat here and I played this table and KI both daily, over and over and over again to try and find as many bugs as I could as possible. Found some, deleted some, and I kind of got to watch the table basically evolve. Um, Went from no music, no sounds to adding a couple sounds, adding some music, and then adding some different music, and then back glasses went from plain Jane to oh, that's a pretty cool logo to oh, I hate that back glass to the final product where you're like, okay, that back glass is all right. Um, so it's weird because I got to watch this these two tables grow and evolve and played them so much that I've learned to pretty much freaking hate them. um, but in all seriousness, there is one table I like more than I like the other, and you're looking at it, man. I actually enjoyed the Battletoads table, and it's not one. It's and this pack though. Same thing with Sea of Thieves. I couldn't really tell you how many people when Sea of Thieves first came out, they're like, "Oh, this table's fantastic." No, it's one of this entire pack really takes time to grow on you and grow on you. The more you play it, the more you understand its physics and the way everything goes and the way everything happens and what's the best strategy to do here and there. I've noticed more and more people are like, you know what? I kind of like Battletoads. I kind of like KI more. I like the way this table plays. Well, I like the way this table plays more. And I see like people's opinion has changed. Like And that's the way I kind of the 3 months that I had, practicing on these tables and bug finding and stuff like that, it's kind of got me to that point. Now I've gotten to the point where it's like I really wasn't excited about it coming out anymore because I've had it for so long. Um and just I really wasn't excited about it, but I was excited for everybody else in the community to be able to finally enjoy them, especially with all the stuff they had to, all that waiting y'all had to do. The
Yeah,
pre-ordering packs. That's why the whole pack system's gone. You're not going to see these $35 packs anymore. It's one table, one purchase now because of the whole this whole situation. Uh, taking so long for all the tables and the packs to come out.
yeah, that could be. It's probably a good thing for us, you know.
Yeah,
But yeah, I remember you having these packs early and not being able to, share info because you were working with Atgames, but giving me, just kind of like non-spoiler kind of info, like we're working on this and we got to add songs, or they got to do this and I got a new version, but basic info you couldn't, give me no gritty details. And yeah, so I've been waiting all this time, and I kind of wish I just had bought the rare pack this week. So I got the whole 3 pack at once and was able to really critique it, the pack as a whole. Somebody who would buy it today, how they would feel. But after the wait, I do have to kind of knock the scores down for that. So what I would probably score this table, I'm gonna have to knock that down just based off the wait I went through, and most of the community went through waiting on these tables, being promised in spring, and it be turning to summer, and it is kind of ridiculous how that played out. But with that said, I still went into this pretty open minded and looking forward to playing some Battletoads pinball. And I'm gonna be honest, like my biggest fear kind of came to light in both these packs, where I seen on the Sea of Thieves pack that the character models on the table look kind of shitty. And then my biggest fear was seeing shitty KI models or shitty Battletoad models that didn't really represent the characters as good as I I think they could, or make them look like little playfield kind of objects, actually look a little more realistic. Like I seen people doing close-ups of the Battletoads faces, like what horror game franchise is this from? And because they do look kind of terrifying. And you get up on their eyes, they look like they've been smoking that if you know what I'm talking about.
yeah,
And yeah. And but besides that, like I really do like this table. I will say the call outs get a little annoying after a while to me. Like totally awesome, dude, and whatever the Ninja Turtle kind of impressions the Battletoads do, like that gets a little old after a while. I do like the music on this table, and the layout, I kind of enjoy the layout. It's not bad. It's fun to play. The ball lock's dope. I do like that you got a specific area on a table dedicated to rash, zits, and pimple. Like they each got their own little area. But the ball lock's dope. You know how that works. He throws one of them, I don't know, like joust weapons down into the ball lock till you get multi ball.
yeah, the axe.
Yeah, yeah, and the music's really dope on this. I just think the call outs get a little redundant after a while. Especially if you're having a bad game and they can annoy you. But yeah, I the music's solid on this stuff.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think
This is
I
one of my favorite music tracks for the new tables.
yeah, I think I love just the graphics, you know what I mean? It is a little dark, I would say, on this table, but the lighting effects, everything. I mean, it looked dope. It's fun. I liked it. I had fun with this table.
Now, would you say that
turn that music down.
Yeah, I wish I could. I don't have a volume bar.
Okay, anyhow, go on.
Would you say though that it would be better instead of using like 3D modeled characters, which look scary as hell, which I was hoping they would fix that.
Like little 2D pop up ones.
Yeah, if they would have just stuck with just like artwork and possibly, something like that. Like,
Yeah, I think that a lot on Magic Pixel tables when I like the Dinosaur Dynasty tables and stuff. I'm like, man, they gotta quit. If they would quit using these weird PlayStation quality, PS1 quality 3D models and focus just on like layout, cool art styling, put the art on the slingshots and different parts of the playfield, and have it look like, that see-through acrylic where the lights can glow through it a little bit or whatever, like, yeah, but I like it. I could, just because it's like I like Battletoads, bro. So, and not just because of that, I did have fun playing this table. So, but I do like Battletoads because I always felt like they were a weird ripoff of TMNT.
oh, of course, this is the whole reason they exist. B.
Yeah.
Kirby, the Chicago arcade guy, gifted 10 memberships to the Chaotic BPR channel, dude. So much,
Hey,
man. Always a big supporter of the channel, and I love you, bro. Thank you so much.
good looking out, bro.
Yeah. So in a way, I feel like it's them trying to do what Zen does on some tables, and adds that animations and characters and like stuff like that, but it's not as polished. I
I
don't
was
mind. I don't mind characters sitting on top of the slingshots and they move when you hit the slingshots and stuff like that. That's fine. But like, I don't know, man. Like if you can't draw a Battletoad properly and make them look like they would as a 3D model, then don't do it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, I agree. Yeah, yeah. They look a little goofy,
and the same thing with KI table, man. It's just I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, yeah. Fine. There's ways around it, just like what's it like the Borderlands table where you got the two-dimensional characters that pop up and they,
Yeah,
there's ways around it to get creative and do and have those characters pop up with their actual sprites.
yeah. I mean, if your graphic engine can't handle it, then don't do it. Especially if you can't make it look as polished as that. Like if you can't make your Battletoads look as cool as Godzilla and Mechagodzilla did on the Godzilla table, or even Kong versus Godzilla table, whatever, don't do it. Total miss on the DMD. I hope they come back and fix that because they're doing it with the rest of their tables.
Yeah,
I don't know if they're going to do it
I'm
on
glad
Atgames, but they're doing it
I'm,
on Zachariah. So
I'm glad Ray said that because I was just gonna say that was a big letdown for me. I remember when we were doing our rare pack speculation show. I said that was a big deal. I wanted to hear the sound effects from KI, the announcer, and then I said, like, they need to use the fonts from these games to give you that kind of, and then I even said I wanted a Battletoads game where you were driving the car and the flipper would dodge the walls, and they didn't
yeah,
have that. And I was like, where's the wall dodging DMD game, where you're
no,
driving that
only a
little
call
hover.
out in the game.
Like that would have been perfect. You could have had a little wall flash in the middle. Okay, you got to dodge to the right.
Yeah,
It's
they
on
could
the
have done
right.
it,
You got
or
to
they could
dodge.
have done it the getaway style.
It would have been exactly like when you're driving on the highway. It would have been the same style game, simple DMD graphics, and they
Yeah,
could have did it in color. Because their DMDs look dope. If they get, but they don't have games on their DMD. Like it drives me crazy.
yeah, and it makes me feel like they don't have the the engine proper to be able to do it.
Or like the Battletoads thing where you were like falling down the tunnel and you just
Oh
look left or right to shoot the enemies that were coming up.
yeah,
They could have had that. There's just so much stuff they could do to make you remember the gameplay of Battletoads and give you that nostalgia feeling where they missed the mark a little bit on this. But I still like it, which is crazy. If that sound crazy, but I do.
So what would you rate this table?
Well, with the pack being late and with all them things I just mentioned, where I felt like they missed the mark a little bit. I'm gonna give it an 8.
An 8?
If I get I gave that last table 7.5. I like Battletoads more.
All right, all right. So I was gonna give this table a 6.5.
That's fair.
Yeah, because I like it. I played a shitload of it. I definitely but I will also say this without even going into the next review. I like it a lot better than KI.
Okay, so then KI is going to be a lower score for you. See, I'm trying to keep all this in perspective.
Yeah, yeah. So
Like even the back glass on this, that's from Battletoads comic book or something. Like I
mhm.
just don't know. Like some of their arts, like I would have liked something even like this thumbnail a little more.
Yeah,
Just something a little more cartoony for them. Not
and
too
honestly, they had that.
yeah.
They had it, and they had to take it away. I guess Microsoft or Rare was just like, no, you can't use that. I don't know what it was, man, because the first ever backlash I was ever shown, it was just a Battletoads logo. Oh my god!
There he goes again. Come on, Vogue. Let
All right,
your body move to the. All right.
so it was just a Battletoads logo. That's all it was. Second iteration, it's the one that we have now, but they were a little bit more like claymation kind of looking, or a little more
Yeah,
cartoonish looking.
yeah,
And then we got this one, what we got now, where it's like thick lines and drawn the way it
yeah.
is now.
It's more of a comic art style.
Yeah.
Yes.
So and it's I wish I could show this stuff to y'all, but I'm afraid I would get in trouble with Atgames if I kept all that information and
It,
shared it
it
to y'all.
I remember, like, if I know what you're talking about, I think it's basically like our rare speculation video. It was like the frog looking like the old Battletoads NES logo a little bit, or NES box art. It was like that, but HD.
Yeah. So you give it an 8, I give it a 6.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it an 8. But I will say that if anybody feels like my score is a little too high, they got me on the nostalgia on this one.
Hey, yeah,
You
that's
know,
fine. That's fine. But dude, nobody's gonna lynch you as bad as they lynch me about Earth, Wind, Fire Deluxe.
yeah. What is your
Everybody
score
was
of
right
again?
about that. They ain't gonna
What,
write about this.
what was your original score for that again?
What I
Reminded the
gave
chat.
I think I either gave it an 8.5 or a 9, and they're like, hell no,
Yeah.
chill.
Well, they got me on the nostalgia on this one. I love some Battletoads. Like I said, I got the KI Pro Series, not just for KI to play Battletoads arcade game, and it looks great on the big monitor there. And just to know I could play Battletoads pinball or the arcade game, that's so dope to me.
If they ever come back and make another one and it's 10 times better, this was not a bad first iteration, first try. You know,
You know how they do the retro tables? I would love to see a Battletoads 8-bit table, all with
why
that,
not?
based on the NES table and more, like you said, just less 3D models, just
NES
retro.
music and everything.
Yeah, like why not
Why not, dude? Give it a
do
shot.
Battletoads 8-bit, do even KI 16-bit or so. I don't care. Like I'd play it. Different layout.
I would love a KI original because what they did with this version, they mixed it up between
Here he's
one,
already you
two,
going
and modern.
you going straight to the KI review then? Is that what we're doing? What
Yeah,
are we
yeah,
doing?
'cause yeah, that's next.
Ultra. How y'all feeling in the chat?
Yeah, so this one to me, man, like they use AI heavily. It just feels that way.
I think for the back glass for sure.
Oh god, dude, I don't even want to start with the back glass because they had the back glass perfect. They had it perfect, and then they changed it to whatever it is now. And I'm like, what did y'all do? Why'd y'all do that?
Because
Oh,
Microsoft going, you can use some, but not all the good shit.
oh man. So This table, the artwork feels like a mix between KI1, KI2, and modern KI. Happy to see my boy Saberwolf on the playfield because he wasn't in the original playfield. Where Saberwolf is now on the playfield, before it was idle and he was all red, right?
The last boss, that's weird.
Yeah. On the left side of the playfield, there was Chief Thunder.
That's
But
cool.
but it was Chief Thunder from modern KI, not KI1.
I Chief Thunder every now and then. Speaking of, it's about that time. But go ahead.
Yeah. So everything else though was pretty much the same. I think they changed the lighting a little bit and they like brightened up the playfield just a little bit. But um it's always been like the combo system. Um even there was a point where you could honestly make it say combo breaker more often before than you do now. But man, God, dude, this table would be so much better if they got rid of those side bumpers. The bumpers that are off to the side.
They're like slingshots.
Yeah, slingshots, not bumpers. My bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're slingshots, and they just bam, 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 bam for the longest. Sometimes I'm like, come on, bro, I can't. How can I control the ball when I can't control what the hell at all? What's going on? Sometimes.
exactly. So it's the biggest thing, man, with those is when I was doing my play testing. Man, I love seeing Saberwolf on here, but you can hardly see him on the table. But my biggest thing to them was when I was play testing was, guys, turn down the power of those slingshots on the sides. Either that or delete them. You don't need them. Because anytime you start doing really good, you're building up your combo and you're getting over to the right side of combo, you're starting to hear blaster combo, master combo, almost get the king, and all of a sudden you barely miss your shot and the ball just goes bouncing everywhere. And then before you know it, there goes your combo system. You got to start all over again. That is the most frustrating feeling in the world. And
I
and
I I think yeah, but that's kind of what makes it challenging.
oh yeah, yeah. I agree with that, but I just if they had turned down the slingshot power just a little bit, because you have no idea where that ball is going to go.
My biggest issue with this table is why is it so heavily KI2 themed and called Killer Instinct? That was my biggest issue with this table from the start. Was like, I don't mind. I actually like that they let you choose at least two characters. Wish there was more. Wish they were KI character. Kim Woo, cool, but Kim Woo's a KI2 character, and this is a Killer Instinct. Why didn't you just wait until you made a KI2 table and then
Yeah,
put her in it and had the first one just the first roster? Like that's my biggest complaint about this pack, this table.
yeah. That's It's frustrating because when it first came out, I was like, "This looks great. This is exactly what people were asking for with the looks." And I was like, "You just got to have the music. You got to have the call outs." They have the music. They have the call outs. I was like, "Dude, this is a no brainer." And then some of the gameplay mechanics as they were updating it, I was just like, "No, wrong direction, wrong, wrong." And then I I I like the fact that when you get through your first fight and you go to the next fight, they have that, but like the characters don't change, the
Right.
animations don't change.
If
It's
like
still
if
it
there was a Zen table, the next character would hop out and you'd fight them.
yeah. Yeah, just make them spawn in or whatever, it doesn't matter. You don't have to do anything like seriously like graphical or anything like that. But like it goes from fight 1 to fight 2, fight 3, fight 4. And it's the exact same two fighters, exact same two names. There is no like, Superwolf or anything like that. You just have those pictures on the table. So it's like just a generic Magic Pixel table with a Killer Instinct paint job on it, you know? And
Yeah,
and that's not even really accurate neither.
like
So it's like,
Fat Hog said, they got the KI Gold kind of logo and colors on
yeah,
there, and yeah, it's like they didn't know what property they were making the table for, or they weren't familiar enough with it. I don't know, like that's my biggest issue with it. Now, with that said, I think I like this table more than most people. I don't think it's as bad as even I'm making it sound, or even you are maybe right now. Uh, Retro Tech X says there won't be a second one, but that's the thing. There might not now, but there might have been if they knocked it out the park on this first one, you know. And the fact that it's slightly above average, I think, for Magic Pixel. I mean, I would go back to this before a lot of Magic Pixel tables just based off the licensing. Uh, like you said, the call outs, the voiceovers, you know, I think they missed the mark a little bit on the music too, because to me, you really only hear that main KI theme when you leave a game and enter the game, and then
right.
during gameplay, it's like probably Xbox KI music or something. You know, that
Oh,
I don't.
during gameplay, it's Fulgor's level.
Oh, is that what that's from?
Yeah, that's Fulgor's level from the original game. But
See,
that's
that's
the
why
only
I don't
thing new.
recognize it that much because I haven't been in full Wars level since I was a kid, probably. You know, and I
Right.
just even
So
with my pro, I haven't played it that much.
so when I first got my hands on the game 3 months ago, right when they first added music, it was TJ Combo's level music. I was like, all right, cool. And then they added Fulgor's music and they were swapping between the two. And I was like, okay, that's cool too. And now it's just straight up Fulgor's music. You don't have any other levels music. I don't know if it swaps to anything after that or not, but
I
right
mean,
now it's Fulgor's music.
to me, it would have been just iconic to just have the main menu KI music playing.
Yeah. Um, and then another thing was the backlash, right? So tell me, why does Jago look like somebody out of Ninja Gaiden series? Like I think TJ Combo looks fine.
Jago, like but even if you like art for him is hard to find in high res. Like them
That's true.
renders, like them renders from the '90s don't exist in high res, and the couple that are out there that you can find are like he's always had a weird neck and like physical structure kind of to him.
Yeah.
Like even in the game, like he got this weird hunchback neck. So I think when people redesign him, they redesign him, you know, in a way, like so he looks a little different. This one here ain't too bad actually. That kind
Now
of
this
look.
one right here, I would have been fine with because it kind of reminds me of the way he looked in the renders for the original game. I would have been fine if they chose modern Jago from modern KI. Like he looked pretty cool in that too. I don't know where they got the artwork for this backlash version of him. Now it's so
I
because
Why is TJ Combo on the back glass if you're fighting Kim Woo the whole game? Like, there's certain
that's
shit
true
that
as
just
well.
don't add up.
That's true as well. Because like when I first got the game, my hands on the game, the original backlash was just a KI logo, and I was like, cool. You don't really need anything else. It's Killer Instinct Pinball. Just leave it at that. Second iteration was TJ Combo, and it was a cartoon drawing of him punching the KI logo. I was like, okay, that's fine too. The third one was Fulgor doing like some kind of pose underneath the KI logo. And I was like, all right, that's fine. I'm okay with that too. Like, I it's getting better. It looks more and more like KI. So I was like, cool, Fulgor's on the back glass now. It's not really in the game other than his mask in the top right corner, but that's fine. And then you got this one, the one that just came out with TJ Combo and
Jago.
freaking Jago, man. I don't know what Rare and Microsoft's problem was with the other three before, but I would have gladly took any of those three over the one they put up there.
Yeah,
Hands
that's my biggest complaint is like the little shit. where I feel like you guys could have did more on the DMD on Battletoads. You could have did even the KI font on KI on the DMD. What's up with the backlash not having the characters that you have fighting on the table? Why are the characters fighting on the table from KI? One of them from KI 2. If this is the KI table, it's just kind of like, okay, if they were doing like this KI mix table, like it could have been called KI Legends or KI Legacy or
AI
something.
Legacy, yeah.
And like the chat said, had all the characters, in there, but I don't know. It kind of feels a little rushed, a little under polished, and could have been a little better, but I
You know what?
still,
You know what would be even better is if they took the two characters off the screen, like off the playfield, and when you choose your fighter, every time you hit the flipper, it would say a different character's name: Jago, Saberwolf, Fulgor.
yeah.
That would have been so much better. You don't have to have characters fighting on the screen.
Yeah, and then maybe even just change up your orbit paths or something to get your combos, based on each character. So, somebody might lean heavily to pause. But yeah. You know what I mean? So you might have certain areas on the table where you got a target based on what character you pick. Or you might fight different characters based on what character you pick, to get to full or to get to idol. So there was just a lot of, the music, like I said, a lot of missed opportunities, I feel like, that make this table a little less enjoyable than I wanted. But
Yeah.
me being a retro junkie and like in retro video games like KI and Battletoads, I still am probably going to score this higher than the average Magic Pixel table that has the same redundant theming, dinosaurs, soccer, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just for me, because I'm gonna scroll through that list and be like, yeah, I want to play some KI. I want to, revisit this before I'd revisit Dinosaur Dynasty 2. You know what I
All
mean?
right. So Battletoads gets an 8 from you,
Yeah.
and Battletoads got a 6 from me.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So my score for Killer Instinct is a 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this the 7.5.
So it is
So
worse. It's worse than Battletoads for you, for sure. You agree with
I,
that?
I like Battletoads more. The
Me too.
table.
Okay.
Outside of them call outs on Battletoads, those get annoying where this I could listen to all day.
Squeak stain.
Yeah, where I could listen to this, ultra whatever killer combo, master combo. I could listen to that all day on
Oh
this
yeah,
tape.
that hypes you up if you get into a rhythm and you keep hitting those ramps over and over again. That gets you hyped up where you're like, triple combo.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I almost want to score them the same, but I think just the few things we mentioned mark this a little under Battletoads. Like Battletoads is what it is. They're annoying, hey yo dude, type guys, and you know they're knockoffs of the turtles. You kind of know what it is. If it's done, I cared a little bit less, about Battletoads not being on point than I do KI guess.
Yeah. Last Belmont. By the way, love your screen name because I'm a huge Castlevania fan, and anytime I hear Belmont, I automatically think of the Belmont family. So if
Yeah.
that's what you're going for, then kudos, man. You're one of my favorite people out in the chat right now because I love me some Castlevania. But so not worth $35. That's a good question.
Uh,
I,
that's
I
the
enjoy I enjoyed Sea of Thieves. I like Sea
that's
of Thieves.
that's subjective. I think
Yeah.
that's subjective, bro. Like, what are you getting out of these? For me, knowing what I know today, I would pay the 35 just for the KI and Battletoads properties alone. I don't really care for Sea of Thieves.
So
You
yeah,
know,
it depends on how much of that nostalgia string is pulling on you, right? Like not
yeah,
knowing how these tables played, seeing some trailers, I would have said yes, this is definitely worth $35 because I got Killer Instinct. I've always wanted Killer Instinct pinball game. I got Battletoads. I always wanted Battletoads pinball game. And I was like, Sea of Thieves, I played that before. I like that too. This is awesome. Yeah, $35, whatever, dude. It's they look all right. They look cool to me. I just want to be able to have these. So yes, in that sense, it's worth $35. When you break it down, and we scored the tables what we scored them, honestly, I I know my opinion is probably gonna be different from your six, and Sea of Thieves is probably the best game of the pack. It feels like the most polished. Um, but yeah,
uh,
back then when these packs cost $25, yeah, I would say this pack is still worth the $25.
I think we just got higher standards for KI and Battletoads, and that's why you don't, like I just said, that's why like the sting of Sea of Thieves not being all that great isn't as harsh as these ones not being all that great, because I think we have more nostalgia for these two than Sea of Thieves. So
Yeah,
I don't think it's the best in the pack. I think we just need to, once we get past the issues with these tables, I think we will appreciate them a little more. Especially KI. Like I want more time with this pack. I only played it for one day for maybe an hour. You know.
yeah, Penny. If you have any kind of nostalgia for it, I'd say go ahead and pick it up, especially for your HD micro. I think it'd be worth it for you. But
Yeah, that's the thing. If you got nostalgia for the pack, I feel like it's worth it. If you don't, it might not be. But if you got the disposable income, that's on you. Do you want to play these packs during Flipper Friends tournaments and all that? You're gonna have to buy them.
yeah,
I like them. I like them, bro. But I'm, like I said, retro junkie over here, like that retro shit.
yeah. Early adopters though, when this first pack first came out, we bought it at $25. Totally worth it. 35, you're kind of like, you got to be a fan of all three of them from to me to be like to want to purchase it now.
Yeah, but what did the chat say one day? What's that like? I don't know. What's that equate to? Like 12
Three, three,
$12, $11 a table, $12 a table.
right? Yeah, like
Yeah,
11.75, something like that. 11.33, $11.33.
yeah, something like that. So
It's
yeah,
more than the typical $8 Magic Pixel table by $3. So good to see you, Ted Adam Green, man. I had a great time with you in Southern Fried, man. I'm so glad I got to meet you there.
that's
Um,
that's why we got to call them out when they on their misses on this pack and their pricing, because it does get to a point where you got to go, well, I don't know if y'all should pull the trigger on this unless you got, they nostalgia bait you into it, it's gonna hit for you in that way. If not, I might have to, caution you not to buy this pack unless you really want something new.
yeah. And you know what, Danny? I'm not going to say never because I think maybe if Atgames feels like they got cheated out of their investment, maybe we could get some changes. Maybe we could get some updated art. Maybe we could get some updated gameplay. Who
I'd
knows?
even be cool with, like they said there'll never be a KI2. I'd be cool with them revisiting it and putting out a KI2 with all the fixes we mentioned, or
Yeah,
even, I'm cool with companies getting better and hearing constructive criticism and fixing their mistakes, I'm cool with that. Like, all right, just make the next pack better, but
yeah.
listen to us.
Learn from your mistakes, make it better, man. Because honestly, man, when it comes to Magic Pixel and their Primal Carnage tables, there ain't no fixing that, man. Just
There's like there could be greatness. Like the table don't look bad.
yeah,
That when the music's rocking, it don't sound bad. The call outs sound great.
yeah.
You know,
Oh,
there's just there's
not the fun
little
part.
minor things where you're like, well, the backglass, the DMD, this could hit a little harder, and
Yeah.
it's
These
just not
these slingshots, it's going straight down the middle stuff, man. Like,
it's not firing on all cylinders the
yeah,
way it could, and they could have, I would have rather them not charged us for the whole pack and worked on this for another 2 years until they got it right, or
good
another
point.
year, or.
Good point. Yeah. I wish they would break up the pack and have you buy these individually too, and either be $8 to $10.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I mean
But
that way
they,
you're still saving money in a way. You don't have to spend that whole 35 just to find one table or two tables that you like out of the pack.
yeah. So I think I'm gonna get us to 7.5.
Yeah, yeah. I was hugely disappointed with the end result of KI. I had so much high expectations for it, especially with the 3 months I tested it. I was like, it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better because I was like, this is all right. Y'all got most of the stuff right. Y'all got the feel right. Y'all got the sound right. It's just a couple of things, man, that just ruined the experience for me. And it's part of that is the slingshots, the extra slingshots not needed, and the freaking if you make it up a certain ramp, or if you don't make it up a certain ramp, it's going straight down the middle. You have to nudge the crap out of it. It just to me, it just feels not like it's not a completely thought out process of a playfield. It's just
I
not
enjoyed it
quite.
though. I still enjoyed it. As much as we sound, I guess we
Yeah,
sound like we're bashing. I still was kind of thrilled to finally play it, and. But I definitely didn't leave the experience as thrilled as I expected to. So I was kind of like, all right, well that is a KI pinball, I guess. Like, could have been a little better, but it's
yeah.
cool.
I kind of agree with you on there, Danny. I think the SSF kit could have
Yeah,
been a little bit stronger on the KI table. You're absolutely right.
yeah, I agree. And then, oh yeah, I appreciate that, Penny. Five
Yeah,
of 'em.
being stuck in when you're trying to win a fight sucks. And yeah, they did do Raston dirty as well. Yeah, man. Congratulations on those memberships. Thank you, Penny, for hooking that man up.
On love, yeah. So, yeah, it's like yeah, it's just it's not firing on all cylinders. That's what I'm gonna say
Yeah,
about KI Pinball. Like it could have just been a little better. And this is the one I expected the most out of the pack.
totally agree.
What you
All
scored it?
right. I scored it a 5.
A 5.
Yeah, KI got a 5 from me.
All right, y'all better get on them for that too, because it ain't that bad.
Um, ah, I
You
mean,
score
all
you
right.
scored
So look, if
fire,
you,
fire, earth, wind, and fire a 9 and that a 5.
hey, I dropped that back down to a 6.
Come on,
But then again, like, look, I
can't.
I had 3 months to play KI and Battletoads that made me sick of them, basically. Game
Yeah,
testing is not for everybody.
yeah. I guess I could see that, but a 5. And and can you really change your score once it's on the internet and it's out there for everyone to view? Can you do that?
If it's your score, yeah, absolutely.
I don't know,
Just don't
Chad.
let anybody influence your score.
Earth, Wind, and Fire a 9 and KI is a 5.
Man, let's bring in some zen though, man.
Okay,
Let's bring in some zen.
let's move on.
What the hell is Football Super League?
So football Super League, I remember this. I played this on PlayStation back in the day, PS3 or PS4, and it's basically is then studio developers put themselves inside a soccer game. What we
Mhm.
know in America is soccer, but it's a football, you know, Super League game, and it's really dope, bro. It's really entertaining. You got soccer balls instead of pinballs on the table. Crazy multi ball all the time. You know, dope call out. You got the goalie up top, upper playfield with the goalie up top, two flippers,
Yeah,
defensive, I don't know, stoppers up there. I don't know what you call them, little blockers up there.
yeah, yeah. Just call them blockers.
Yeah, I don't know what you call them. I don't know the pinball term for that, but yeah, it's entertaining to get a good announcer. Like you feel like you're almost playing a game of soccer on this table. I don't. It's almost like foosball meets pinball in a lot of
Yeah,
ways.
that's a good point. So it's. I remember this game being offered for free for like 2 weeks when Pinball FX came out for all the latest consoles. They just offered us for free for like 2 weeks. I think it was when Battlestar Galactica, the Universal TV pack, it was when that pack came out that they offered this for free. I was pleasantly shocked because I was like, holy crap, okay, so this is playing like a real soccer game. I influence what happens if I hit certain ramps, or if I run out of time hitting those ramps, then I got even less time to basically get control of the ball back and go on the offense. So I was like, okay. So there's like some strategy to this, but there's also some like hurry up and figure this stuff out. And your game doesn't necessarily end when you run out of time. Only if you drain 3 balls, right? So once you run out of time, you either win or lose, and you go on to the next game of the season. I know. I'm gonna negate that timeout, and I'm gonna keep going.
That's the
So
technical file, sir.
So I again, man, I was pleasantly surprised that this got announced, and I was also pleasantly surprised about the gameplay because I had no feeling for this whatsoever. Like I was like, I'll never play this. This is not something I'm into.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, just looking at it, it doesn't look, it looks like a Magic Pixel kind of table, not very inspiring, but you have to play it.
Butter's table a little bit with all the South Park tables with all the yellow ramps and stuff.
You have to play the table to kind of know what it's about, but it's actually a dope table. Like you said, it was a free table for a long time, so that's how a lot of people got hip to it. A lot of people, are just big Zen Studio supporters, so they played it just because the actual developers, from some of these Zen titles are in the game, as soccer players, for your team. And yeah, and I think, I don't know. I just think it's underrated. And I, just like you, I was shocked when they said this was coming out. I was like, okay, this is out of left field, Zen, and then it almost felt like they were going, okay, Magic Pixel, that's what y'all want to do. Y'all want to put out some soccer this week? We got you. We got a little
we got a soccer game.
Yeah, we got a little soccer game. We off in the cut. You talk about you're the soccer king. Let's show you what we got for the hot five. And I was like, damn, okay, Zen, I see you. So I think this is absolutely worth $5. Even if you're not a soccer fan, I'm not a soccer fan. I don't watch soccer. I don't care for soccer. But it's a whole different experience than what you get on Soccer Kings, on Soccer Kings Deluxe, even on World Cup Soccer. And I actually wanted to talk to you today and the chat. And what is the best soccer game on the 4KP right now? Because I feel like it's still World Cup Soccer. I feel like that's still the best, but this is a close second.
You think this is a close second? Okay.
I think so. Yeah.
All right. Again, thoroughly impressed with this and the way it played. Now I did find it a little difficult to hit in certain ramps that it wants you to hit, and I don't feel like there's the power of the flipper in some spots that it's strong as it needs to be. Issues wise, but SSF sounds pretty good with it. Like
the one thing I'm not to cut you off that kind of struck me, as weird on this table was kind of like the lack of music.
Yes.
Like when I went from like
watching a soccer broadcast.
Yeah, when I went from like Battletoads KI to this, I was like, damn, this is awkwardly quiet, until you get shit going and that announcer gets going and calling out everything you're doing, and draws you into it. Like you said, a broadcast almost like, and it's doing live dynamic broadcasting on all your shots, which is cool. So
Yeah.
this is dope.
Yeah. The biggest surprises I had when I was playing this was if your ball goes into the out lane, you got a tiny little flipper down there where you can actually kick it out. It's called a tackle. So that felt awesome.
Yeah, yes,
Halftime, you got a multi ball. If you score a goal, you got a multi ball.
yeah,
Scoring a goal is cool because you got to get past the goalie, kind of like in World Cup soccer, right?
correct.
But even on defense, the table has a chance to score on you, and you control the goalie. That's dope too. That's pretty unique.
Yeah,
And
yeah, like you said,
I just felt like Zen, man. They did a lot of like thinking about this and put a lot of pride into it.
yeah, this is one
Um,
of their better original tables.
yeah, like I said, I was completely shocked with how well it played and how well the table immersed you into it, even without the use of like music playing. Like you hear the
Yeah,
crowd sounds, you hear like foghorns like going off, like people are in the stands.
yeah, it's like you're in the stadium, but
Yeah,
it would have been cool to have some little music play when, like they do in the stadiums when the touchdown happens or you score or whatever the case. So it's dope though. Like I really I don't have nothing for the $5 is another table. I got nothing really bad to say about. It does it outside of maybe feeling like there could be some music in there and it
yeah,
I think the graphics do look a little aged from the more modern Zen titles. This is an older table, you know, just ported over pretty much. So yeah, I think Soccer Kings has better graphics than this.
yes, I agree with that. Yeah, it's kind of like Wild West Rampage, where the ball's kind of small and the playfield's so big.
Yeah,
Um, and they had to shrink it down. That's why you can only see like half of the characters on the side of the screens. Where if you're playing it on like console, you could see everything.
well, like you were saying,
Um,
like Zen seems like on Theater of Magic, it's like they dialed in that playfield perfectly. And this one, it's kind of slow. It feels a little too zoomed out, in certain parts. But
yeah,
it doesn't play like no Wild West Rampage. Let me tell you that. It's
no, it
fun.
does not. It plays so much better.
Yeah,
I'm definitely agreeing with the chat here. I'm giving this an 8.
I'm gonna give it an 8 too.
Yeah. So yeah, I agree with all you guys. Yeah, this
And
is
that
solid 8.
and now like and I gave Battletoads an 8, but Battletoads I like the theming way more. I like the nostalgia vibes way more. I don't care for soccer. I don't care
Yeah.
for calling soccer football. I don't care for a lot of things this is themed after. But it's a fun fucking table, and for $5, it's almost a no brainer. Add this
Yeah.
to your collection.
For $5, even if you like soccer or don't like soccer, you like sports. I mean, this is a fun table. And you really get into it if you really try to like attack and shoot on the goalie and defend your own goal and do the tackles in the out lanes and stuff like that. The multi ball is fun. And plus you can win trophies after every match and it will save that progress. So you get to like
Mm,
it'll tell you how many times you won this trophy after every game's over.
nice. I
So
don't notice that.
yeah, so it's a solid 8, man. Is it the best soccer game? No, but like soccer pinball table, no, but it's solid, and I do highly encourage people to pay for it.
So what is the best soccer pinball table on a 4KP?
If it's not World Cup soccer, if it's not World Cup soccer, it's this guy.
Okay, well, okay. I'm
If
gonna
it's
go with
not
World
World Cup
Cup
soccer,
soccer, but this is dope. This is
this is
dope.
amazing.
Uh,
Like I no, don't get me wrong, chat. No, Williams World Cup soccer is the best. Period.
so you're saying this is better than Zen's offering on the soccer side this week?
Absolutely.
I don't think so. But go on.
Dude, the music, atmosphere, the
We didn't
atmosphere.
score that last table.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
scored it.
score it.
I scored it at 8. You scored it at 8 as well.
Oh, okay, we did. See, I'm fried.
Yeah, you're
Go
good. You're
back,
good.
watch it on your Retro 6.
Yeah, there you go. So I actually found myself enjoying this more to the point where I played this for solid 2 hours, and my score kept getting higher and higher every time I played. I don't know if I'm number 1 on the leaderboard anymore, but you know.
It's a high scoring table. I noticed. I did nothing and got 67 million.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't barely paying attention because I was working on stuff for this show, and I was like, all right, I gotta at least play this for like 10 minutes. So yeah, I know you put up you was on
Number 2.
you was number one last I looked.
Yeah, I am number 2.
Wow.
Spartacus has just passed me.
Okay. Whoa. Pause.
So
Yeah,
Spartacus just passed me. I don't know what y'all talking about. I don't smoke.
I do.
I don't.
I
Am I
smoke.
crazy? Am I crazy? Like World Cup Soccer is the best pinball game there is on the 4KP, but to me, this is number 2. And
Wait.
that the other
Wait.
soccer game that came out yesterday is number 3.
Okay. Yeah, I think World Cup Soccer is number one. I would say the Super Football or Football Super League is number two, and this is probably number three.
Okay.
But this is really dope. I really got nothing. I was really enjoying it when I was playing it. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
And it's got a lot of them same vibes as Football Super League as far as the announcer, calling out stuff you're doing.
Yeah. Dr. Torque, I think, agrees with me that really surprised him. This is a 9 for me. It's a 10 for a Zachariah table. Totally agree with that. Like, this is a perfect Magic Pixel Zachariah table. This is the best to me that they've released. And the deluxe tables recently.
I feel like you say that every time Magic Pixel table
Really? Really? I don't think so, man.
I do. You've been saying that since.
Chat, back me up, man. Like, am I really like
All right,
defending
no,
every
chat.
Magic Pixel table?
Chat. Go back to Earth, Wind, and Fire. And do
Do
a compilation video. Clip
up.
every time we reviewed a new Magic Pixel table. He'd be like, "Yo, this is the one."
No, I agree. I messed up with Earth, Wind, and Fire. I apologize about that. I made a public statement.
I
And
know
I
that,
changed
but I'm
it to
saying every time a Magic Pixels table has came out since, he'd be like, this one's it for me. It's like
I gave Moonflight a 7. I gave or a 7.5, and I gave what was another one? I gave another one like an 8. This one's way
Space
better.
Shuttle. Yeah, it is. It is better than them. I'm just giving you a hard time. Pause.
No. This is hilarious because I love defending myself like this because this makes good comedy banter on a show like this. But
yeah, and I'm not going to argue with you that this is a great table. Just I was having fun with this. Pause. Crazy. But I was having fun. I was having fun with Soccer Kings. It was cool. I actually like the OG Soccer Kings. I think
sure.
I like that. So I was looking forward to this, believe it or not. I was like, I actually think Soccer Kings, the original, is underrated. So I was looking forward to playing this, and I was pleasantly surprised, but I didn't have enough time to play it. I'm gonna be real. Out of all the packs or that we're reviewing tonight, this is the one that I had the least amount of time to play. It was literally like a half hour before the show, so I probably can't score it as high as you are.
All right. Well, 6, go back and play this table some more because I think the more you play it, the more you're going to really enjoy it. Because I never felt like the ball was being unfair to me and super floaty to the outlanes. I felt like I had more control. And to me, that's what's very important to say. Soccer is control, and I felt like I had very good control of the ball in this game. The ramp shots were good. The announcer, the call outs are really good.
So earlier when I said Magic Pixel physics feel like they're getting better,
I
you
felt
feel
like
it on.
it felt different on this table.
That's what I'm getting at. Like they feel like they're dialing them in a little better because this table felt really good,
Yeah.
physics wise.
And then like Magic Pixel just released a new deluxe table on Steam today, and it's called Star God Deluxe, by the way. And I honestly think it's better than this. So it's gonna get a little crazy. I don't know how it's gonna translate to the 4KP. But I will say, man, like this just felt freaking good.
It's a
And
fun
and
table.
and every time you lock a ball, the goalie or the player picks up the ball and throws it at the second play field up there, and it gives you an opportunity to score a goal.
Yeah, I didn't know what
And
he was doing when he did that. I was like, oh shit, and I missed it.
yeah. So once you figure it out that first time, it's on, man. And then scoring a goal feels good, and multi ball feels good.
Yeah, I
Uh,
want it. Oh, good. Good.
so
I'm
I mean,
sorry.
it just all feels good to me, man. Like this is a daggum good table, man.
I want to make a confession to the chat.
All right.
Tell me why Unc just taught me something about pinball the last time he just came out last weekend, I think. And bro, I never knew, and I love pinball. I've been playing pinball for years. I never knew, and I still don't completely understand it, but I think I'm starting to learn that the out lanes, like when you hit the flippers, you can highlight them and light them up.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Really?
I thought they were just flashing at random, like for even when the ball goes up top sometimes and it'll bounce for your bonus
Yeah.
multiplier. I'm thinking when it like spells orb, it's just ORB, it's just flashing at random, and I'm getting what I'm getting. I never realized every time I was hitting
Yeah, you
flippers,
control that.
I never knew that. So
Oh man.
you want them not lit.
Yeah,
Oh my,
you don't want them lit until you roll over them. Once you roll over them and they light up, then you want them all lit up.
what I'm saying is you want them not lit, the ball to roll through and then
Yeah,
light it. Right.
yeah,
So my score is about to change because when I was playing this earlier, it was like 6 time or 4 times, 6 time, 8 time multiplier. I'm like, damn, I'm getting these multipliers showing what Unc just taught me. And
yeah,
I never knew that, bro.
yeah.
And I love pinball, but I've never known that. I thought it was just random lights flashing.
No, man, everything's got a strategy. Everything's got a reason. I do like how the fact that Soccer Kings Deluxe, though, most Magic Pixel tables, once you hit 10x bonus, you get an extra ball. This, you don't get an extra ball for that. I don't know what you got to do to get an extra ball on this table yet because I didn't read the rule set, but it's really easy to get 10x bonus on this table.
Hey, Unc's a real one for telling me about the lit lanes because nobody's ever told me that as long as I've been playing pinball. It's
Oh
crazy.
man, I just thought you knew. Wait till you go back to play Attack from Mars.
Oh, I'm just saying, like that's just it was such an eye opener. Like, holy shit! Like now I could really like, yeah, it's a game. It's a game changer.
Yeah,
So if you didn't know that, now you know. I learned. You learn new stuff every day, you know. So
yeah.
I feel dumb as hell because I didn't know that, especially in this community. But hey, it is what it is.
It is what it is. So Dr. Torque said these extra flippers on this table all have a reason, and that's to me. This feels like the first time they actually figured this shit out. Like
Uh,
the middle extra flipper on the right side, you can either knock it back up into the top playfield so you can spell more letters to starter mode, or you can hit that captive ball, and it's called dribble, and you'll get the dribble bonus multiplier or whatever. And every flipper has a purpose. And that's what most people's biggest problem with the freaking Primal Carnage tables. Where why does this flipper exist? What is the purpose of this flipper over here too?
yeah.
Like flippers everywhere, and they all seem to just do one purpose or no purpose at all.
Dr. Seuss tables, 80
Yeah,
flippers on them. Like, yeah.
it's six
Yeah.
different playfields. Like it's not necessary.
So even with those improvements, it's still not like I said, I don't really care for soccer. This isn't up my alley in that, in that sense, like pause, but it's not something I'm interested in, in that sense. So, but it's a dope table. I'm gonna revisit this. And again, like I said, with Flipper Friends tournaments, this is something I'll look forward to revisiting because
Yeah.
I had fun playing it. And
Yeah.
I kind of gotta say, I think it's almost worth the price. The only thing that keeps me not saying that is the Zen pricing. I wish they would figure a format that works for both companies, and then you could really review them. For it's hard to review these when they're different prices for different experiences.
Yeah.
Uh,
You're not wrong.
This
But
does have better graphics than that Zen one, like I said, though. The graphics look better, but I feel like the Zen gameplay on Football Super League's better.
that's fair. Yeah, I kind of knew we weren't going to agree there, and that's the beautiful thing about our relationship, where we don't talk really outside of the show very often, other than what are we going to talk about.
Yeah,
We don't really discuss how we feel about certain things. So
we wait
uh,
for it to be
I had that
dialogue for the
feeling though
show.
that we were going to be complete opposites on this.
Well, like Stop Nudging Me says in the chat, if Zen's 5, Zach should be 3. If Zen's 8, Zach should be 5. If they did that, I'd probably be scoring these a little different. I always put the pricing into my score a little bit.
Yeah,
But with that said, maybe I didn't so much on the rare pack because, excuse me, Battletoads and KI means a lot to me. Like, having those two properties on here. Soccer Kings don't mean a lot to me, having that property on here. But it's a dope table. And it
yeah,
plays better than Battletoads and KI as far as gameplay, but I don't care about it as much, so I probably won't revisit it as often.
yeah.
If friends are over, I'm gonna be like, check out this Battletoads table, check out this KI. I'm not gonna be like, check out Soccer Kings Deluxe. If they ask me if it's a good table, I'll be like, yeah, try it out.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Fat Hog. Or in my mind, I was like, if you're gonna make Zachariah tables $8, go ahead and make the Zen tables $8. Just make them $8 all the way around. That way, they're just on a level playing field when it comes to pricing. Otherwise, Zen should be more expensive than Zach, hands down.
Because you're always almost getting more bargain for your buck with Zen. In this
Yeah,
case, Chaotic disagrees though on the soccer tables, and I can't really argue with you. This is dope. This is
yeah.
a
I'm
good.
not saying one's good and one's bad. They're both amazing. It's just this one to me, the Soccer Kings Deluxe, it just feels a little bit better to me. Like, I like the flow. I don't like that. I don't like the fact that, say, on the football Zen table, the soccer Zen table, I don't like the fact that there's a lot of stopping periods, or um, you got halftime,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
you got here's the trophy you won from the last table you lost at. Here, let's continue to the next game. Like, I had to keep pressing start to move to
it's
the next
a,
game.
it seems a little more simulation based, whereas
Yeah,
this is a little more arcadey, and
arcade
so
based. Yeah,
even so, World Cup soccer is more like fast paced, high scoring, insanity kind of on World Cup soccer. Whereas I would say simulation based outside of the multi ball with football Super League. I just mean like the call outs, the pacing, you
yeah.
know. So I want to hear in the chat, what is the best soccer table on the 4KP though? I really want to know what y'all think now that y'all played all these.
I know y'all have already answered. Some of y'all answered that already with World Cup
World
soccer.
Cup? Yeah, for me it's World Cup. What's the second best
What's the
then?
second best is what I really want to know, because if you take World Cup out of it, because it's a Williams table, that should automatically be number one.
Okay.
Take World Cup soccer out of the equation. What is the second best soccer
Soccer.
pinball table?
Yeah. Is it this new Zen one? Football
Is it the
Super
new
League?
Zen one? Is it the new Soccer Kings Deluxe? Is it the original Soccer Kings Deluxe?
Yeah. Because
46 of y'all in chat. Let's name it out.
I'm seeing Football Super League from Fat Hog.
Uh-huh. What about, okay, well, you played the Zen table, so
Ray said Football Super League, no question.
okay, fair. Maybe that's why they thought I was smoking on something.
Football Super League, Mad Dog.
Okay.
Okay, to chat with me. Okay, I
Yeah,
see.
chat's
So
funny.
far, I got 3-0. Who's gonna stand up for chaotic? No Soccer King Deluxe.
Yeah.
What?
Everybody else is watching another YouTube show while listening to us. So
That's all good. That's all good. That's cool. We got a couple of answers. So I went 3-0 on that one.
yeah. Oh yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. He hasn't played Soccer Kings yet. He's
Eh,
downloading it now.
for the 5, the experience you're getting out of the Zen table, I feel like it's equivalent or better to this for the 8. But if you're a HD owner for the 6, this is a banger.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't mind buying this again for the micro.
Yeah, it gets for HD owners, you ain't getting the Zen love. So this is a
Yeah.
banger for 6.
Yeah, if you can't buy Zen tables on a pinball table on a like one of these Atgames pinball machines, say you got just a micro or just
Or
HD,
yeah,
then Soccer Kings Deluxe is definitely a must buy.
and
That's
it's
good.
got the new DMD.
Soccer Kings Deluxe is in VR, so if I were to choose between Super League and I would choose Soccer Kings Deluxe. Okay,
Retro
there
Tech
we go.
X, Super Football League, rated Delatore with the $5 chat, Super League. See what I'm saying? Everybody's riding with me on this one. You just gonna have to take another L, homie. Another
Well,
L.
like Richard Tech X says here, you only like Soccer Kings because you are a number 2.
See what I'm saying? They firing shots.
I'll take it.
That
I
makes sense
enjoyed this
to
table on
enjoy
my
it.
micro, so thank you, Penny K. This is a damn good table.
It is.
All
It
right,
is.
so telling you right now, for your $8 or your $6, you're getting a great table that to me is just fun to come back to over and over and over again. I got to take my number 1 spot back.
Dope pinball soccer experience on this pack. It's dope. I would recommend getting this pack.
Yeah.
Whether you got an HD or a 4KP, it's I'm
Yeah.
recommending this. And like I said, it's got better graphics than the Zen tape. It's a
Yeah.
dope soccer experience that's almost just as good as the Zen table. I just feel like Football Super League is just a little bit better because of the multi balls, and at halftime it's just fun, man. It just gets a little crazy. It's kind of chill, and you're playing, trying to get your shots or whatever. It depends on your experience, but it's a little more calm during the game, and then at halftime, and then after the game gets super intense with the multi ball. So then you get the cool soccer balls instead of pinballs on the table. It's a unique aspect of it. You got the Zen developers on there who don't
Mm-hmm.
love that, who don't love them. So
Yeah. So Ray, this is going to be a show that me and Six are going to do, but we're going to do it towards the end of the year because Atgames has 9 more deluxe tables to release.
yeah,
The Steam version of Zachariah only has 3 more to go.
we want to do an end of the year tier list,
Yeah,
and then we could
and
do Zen and Magic Pixel.
Yeah, so we will do a tier list of all the deluxe tables and then a tier list of all the Zen tables
Yeah, to date
to date.
for the
Yeah, yeah,
4KP.
yeah. That is going to be a fun show for real. All right, man. So we had some good highlights. It's been a crazy week with all these
I got
releases.
I got to score that last table, right?
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get at the 7.52.
I was going to give it a 9.
7.5 also.
All
You
right.
love that 9, not throwing 9s at Magic Pixel, man.
I know. I'll never. The only this is not the only one that's going to get it probably, but this one I'm not taking back. Soccer Kings Deluxe deserves this 9.
Okay. Ichabod, what up? Appreciate that. G, oh my goodness. Here we go.
Ojib, go ahead and put you out $13 and get you both tables. Get you the Soccer Kings Deluxe and the Football Super League. Oh, gee, what's going on? $9.99. Great show tonight. Thank you so much. Bah.
Woo!
Thank you,
Appreciate
Penny, for
appreciate
taking the
the
hat.
love.
Cheers to you, Ichabod.
Yeah, I just noticed the hat, Southern Fried Gaming Expo. That's fire.
Yeah, I saw it and it was like $15. I was like, I'll grab it. It's a trucker hat. I like it.
That's dope.
Yeah, so like I said to Ojib, very true chaotic. Grab you $13. Grab both of those tables. Totally worth it.
Yeah, yeah. I actually like all the tables tonight. I like them all. Some more than others. Some are
Yeah,
more polished than others. But
yes.
I like KI. I like Battletoads. I like all the tables tonight. Just I wish they would have put more care into the ones that I got that nostalgia trip for, and you know, but the soccer tables were surprises. They were
Yeah.
some of the better tables.
Yeah, with KI and Battletoads, with me spending as much time as game testing as I have for them, there's so many things that I suggested that I wish they would have listened to, and they didn't, and it just made me just more and more disappointed. Now that I've seen the final product, I'm like, damn, it could have been so much better. So, but and to see a bunch of y'all actually kind of agree with that too, where it's like, man, they could have done so much better with this. And then, but a lot of y'all, the more y'all have played them, the more y'all enjoyed them. Because I know RetroTech X shitted on both get tables when he first played them, and then he started warming up to them. And there was several other big pinball heads in the virtual in our community as well that were just like, the more they played, the more like they started to like both tables.
Well, I think
Me,
that way
I played them way too damn much.
the waits and delays, for this table, it just pushed our expectations higher, right? Because you're thinking like, oh,
Yeah,
they're really refining these, making these ones special, and they were they were average Magic Pixel tables themed with properties we all love, and there's nothing really super exciting to walk away from these tables talking about. There's
yeah, just
you know
mediocre.
yeah, they're mediocre, and but I want more time to play them, and my score might go up,
Yeah,
for these tables. I need more time to play them. I didn't play them as long as Chaotic did, so
yeah. Nobody has.
right. Well, I don't know
Yeah.
about that.
Well, I mean, internal testing. I mean, I was one of three people, and I doubt they played as much as I did.
Two others, brother. Two others.
Yeah.
Damn,
Uh,
only two internal or three internal testers.
yeah.
That's wild. That explains a lot.
Well, then again, it's like how much control does Atgames have on the development of these tables? Really, like, is it Atgames' fault at all for a table sucking? I mean, other than the fact that they call them Atgames originals, you know, they put their name on it that much, but it's still a Magic Pixel table. Like, I feel like they're
Yeah,
completely,
that's true. That's
or
true.
they're completely to be the ones to praise or the ones to judge, basically.
Yeah, that's very true. That's a good point. Yeah, it's kind of on Magic Pixel right there, and also
Atgames wants to spend some money, you know.
and then maybe Microsoft limiting, the assets that they were giving Magic Pixel.
That's
You
true
know,
too.
so
That's true too. But all in all, guys, go grab you some soccer pinball tables. They're totally worth it. You like nostalgia? Get the rest of the rare pack, and yeah, and don't forget about Future Worlds. Future Worlds is pretty good too.
yeah,
Thank you, boss. I totally agree. It's just a financing, development, and providing the platform. Absolutely.
Future World Deluxe was dope. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was a
Future
good
World
table.
Deluxe was dope. It's a good table. I still like Soccer Kings Deluxe better than that one though too. So hopefully y'all agree. Anyway, They're not dropping anything tomorrow, right? I didn't see anything where they're like, surprise, we're
Who
dropping this
knows?
tomorrow.
Who knows? With Zen, I feel like Zen could just drop tables whenever they want now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now, Wingo. Yeah, the next scheduled table to be released by Magic Pixel is Primal Carnage Remake. Um, that's the worst table out of the entire like series. Telling you right now, skip that one. And I kind of wish they would just cancel it. Like, don't bring that one out. It's terrible. Like
That's
Retro
unfortunate.
was my favorite of the Primal Carnage tables, but that's not saying much. It still sucked. That Primal Carnage remakes, everybody's gonna hate that one. Period. Straight up. It's the worst one.
I didn't mind Solid State as much as you did, but it wasn't nothing really memorable about that either. I was over the dinosaur tables at that point if it wasn't
Oh,
Jurassic
for
Park.
sure.
And yeah, I don't know, man. Like that's disappointing to hear. But then we also got what 3 Atgames originals that are supposedly planned. We
Yeah,
don't
I
know
think
what.
be honest with you, I think those got scrapped too.
I don't. Here's why I'll say I don't think so. Because if you see on the KI and the Battletoads art, that logo is on there, and the Atgames Originals logo is in the corner there. Because it's not on any other platform. Those tables, and I think that's going to be like a new branding thing for them, so they could say we got some exclusives here you can't play
Yeah.
elsewhere. Yeah, so I actually think they're going to follow through on it. I just don't know that it's going to happen. You know,
I
they're
don't know if
known
it's gonna
for
happen there.
delays. Yeah, not on their
It'll be
timeline.
pushed back.
But I think we are going to see more of these kind of Kill It KI Battletoads kind of originals.
July though, we get Supersonic Deluxe, and I know Retro Tech X is a huge fan of that one. I am too. That one's a good airplane one. We got that
Yeah.
next month,
Where's some
and then
Pinball Champ Deluxe? Where's that at?
oh god, I hate that table. I
Is
think
it
that's
bad?
one. Yeah, I don't like it.
I like Pinball Champ.
I don't like that version though.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I was hopeful that I haven't played that version that would be dope. I'm trying or where's you know I don't
Time
know
Machine's supposed to be in December, and I'm
Time
super
Machine
excited about
Deluxe.
that.
There we go. Yeah.
We'll tell you this, Magic, Meatball Saucy, Star God Deluxe. It's good. I was having fun with that today.
Star God's a
And,
pretty cool thing.
oh, dude, and the way they did the new one, the deluxe. Oh, it's good. It's got like a Dungeons and Dragons vibe to it. It's good. Oh, rest in peace, March. She died in the season finale.
I see. I be hearing different shit though. I heard like it's not a season finale, and they're just
Well, it's
fucking
it's it's
talking.
a season finale, but the way she died,
Well, it's right. It's not a
she died
series finale.
in a future, like way in the
Right.
future
It's not a series finale. It's a season finale, and then
season
the next
finale.
season should be back. So shout out to the Simpsons.
Yeah, she's still alive. She just died in the future after Lisa got married.
All about the retro over here.
Are new skins on indefinite hold?
I,
Absolutely.
I said that a long time ago. Yep, I've
Yeah.
been thought that.
Yeah, just like the 4K arcade machine, that's on indefinite hold. So is that.
Yep. I
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna hear nothing about that till they break even. And
Something's got to give.
they start making some profits.
Yeah, do like Ray Delatorre. We showed him in the community
Hey,
spotlight.
do
Speaking of
you got that?
community spotlight, totally forgot
Yeah,
about it.
I was just gonna say, hey, don't you got a community spotlight for us tonight? Because somebody killed a 4KP skin in our community, so we need to show this before
So
we
hold
head
on, man.
out.
Let me guys just help bear with me. Let me download this real quick because I have no idea what this even is.
Are you kidding
Oh
me?
man,
It's
no, I just dude, I was
See, this is how he gets the high scores. He got me busting my ass trying to get all this shit to
Ooh, I
him.
know what this is.
Pause and trying to get him all this content. Now you know what it
Hey,
is.
hey! But beautiful segue though, man. With Ray Delatorre's comment, you just got to
Yeah,
skin it yourself.
yeah. You got to skin it yourself. Pause.
Eric Bates with his Chucky's Killer Pinball.
Yeah, killed it.
Yeah.
Killed it.
This is
The
the guy that had the
topper.
cool topper. This is the guy that
Yes.
had the cool topper, and I was like, "Hey, man, did you make that?" And I think he said he had it made for him. But I was like, if you can get that guy to make like other 4KP toppers, he
There
could
he
have
is. He's in the
some dang
chat.
good money.
720 Eric. There he is. Hey, what up,
No,
720
720
Eric?
Eric, that's you.
That's Eric Bates. Yeah.
Oh man. Now I can put the name with the name. The
Yeah.
name with the YouTube name.
Yeah, check him out because he did. That's a better 4KP skin than a lot of them at games themselves put out.
No. This is the one we should have gotten for like the Halloween times.
That's what.
Absolutely.
Yeah, bro. I was like, I thought they were gonna drop tables around then, themed after some of these Zen properties. So we were just speculating what could the other skins be, and we're like, I could see a Chucky one, bro. That topper, 720 Eric, bro. That topper is crazy.
You remember when P Dub said if they actually released that skin, he would sell his Adams family and get this immediately.
Yeah, bro. It's a great table. And then on top, speaking of that, we need more pinball M tables then. But that is gas, like Corner Cage said. That is fire.
I do think PK was trolling not trolling, but looking through the 4KP groups, and he saw Eric's topper, and he was like, "How do y'all?" And then he made an announcement on the official Atgames thing. It was like, "How do y'all feel about premium toppers, like deluxe model toppers?"
Yeah, and I always thought,
I think he saw this topper, and he was like, "Oh man, that's money right there."
yeah, I don't know what you call that, like animatronics or whatever you call it, but moving functionality on these is crazy. Like I say, even if they did a whirlwind one and they had the fan on it or whatever, like there's just so many options. Like, but yeah, this is a community spotlight right here. And Eric Bates, you killed it with your
Yeah, you did.
custom 4KP skin, bro.
Yeah.
You picked a good table too to customize it to.
Oh, your builder's plate. You can actually talk to buy stuff, and they'll make you a custom builder's tape. They can probably make you a Chucky one of one.
Yeah,
Chucky
definitely
Killer
holler
Pinball.
at Buy Stuff Arcades, Eric, and get you a custom builder plate for that.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure that's who did your skin. I think that's who you got it from. So, man, with the yellow T molding and stuff too, man. Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, I don't
Lord.
know. I don't know if you ever used my track mode, but I think I talked to you about it on Facebook before. I was like, "Hey, man, my Chucky track mode would look pretty good with this."
Yeah, what is that? A Peanuts? I think he changed.
Maybe, I don't know. That would make sense though, with it having the yellow T molding. So yeah, he probably did have a Peanuts.
Fire.
Yeah, super fire, man. Great segue though to bring that up because I totally forgot about it.
Oh yeah. The chat be on point all the time.
Well, that's a good way to end the show, guys. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with us, man. What and you know what? I predict that this show was going to go 2 hours. Some people were like, "No, it's going to go 3." I was like, "No, we're gonna bum rush some of it, man. There's some stuff that don't really need to be talked about. You need buy or pass, buy or pass."
Yeah, somewhat. I knew it'd be about 2 hours with 5 reviews. Breaking the, talking about 5 tables or likes and dislikes.
Yeah,
Another hour. You're crazy, Corner K.
yeah.
I do it. Yeah, we do other shows too. Be like, takes a lot of time to do this stuff. Believe it or not.
Yeah, and plus I got some other projects. I just read it. I
Corner
saw
K knows that.
I got another project I got to work on. So got some review unit stuff coming in. So much more of that. Y'all know me. Y'all know me. Y'all know I'm getting into the fighting game scene. So we got some new stuff coming in. But man, great show. Thank y'all so much for all hanging out with us, man.
Yeah, we appreciate that. The super chats, the love, G, appreciate
Yeah.
that. AK, the memberships. Yeah, y'all always looking out. Yeah, I got a party cade tomorrow. I'm throwing a GRS trackball on my Centipede 8-1 party cade I just got this weekend. Gonna mount that. So it's a process.
And I finally got me a golden tee, so I got to work on my my golf score.
Oh yeah. Stock Jock brought that. You got to change your cab list on the app again.
I've already done it.
Oh, you already did it. Stock Jock got to change his then.
Yeah. Yeah, that golden tee Midway, man. That's my first ever XL. I'm pretty impressed with the size.
Like that was crazy, sir. I'm gonna call a technical file.
That's a thick cab.
I'm gonna throw a technical file at you on that, sir. File on the play.
I'll take that 5 yards.
That KI Pro, bro. I don't care what nobody ever says. I love it. That's why I talk about the cab all the time. It's fire.
I don't know about that, Danny, about XL going forward, but hey, on a golden tee, it works. Hey, also, guys, don't forget, man, to watch my speaker grill video. I know a bunch of y'all. I know like at least 6 of y'all went out and purchased those because of that. Those things are awesome, and it really makes a big difference.
Shout out to Corner K too. I've seen that dope ass Darkstalkers mod he did.
Yeah. Being at Southern Fried this weekend, this guy had a full sized. It was a Tekken cab, and he completely redid it, reskinned it, and made it into a Street Fighter 6 cab. Holy shit! I wanted to take it home. It was perfect. But he wouldn't sell it, so he was like, "This is my baby. I'd take this everywhere just to show it off." But it was white and it had Luke on the side doing one of his special moves, and it had like a bunch of rainbow colors from Street Fighter 6. Like, oh my god, it was gorgeous. Yeah, it made me want to buy a Arcade1Up Street Fighter Dynamo cab and reskin it into a Street Fighter 6 cab, put a mini PC in it.
That's why Corner K went all out with them dynamos. Did the Golden Axe too. Like, it's a good like base model to do a lot of cabs.
Yeah.
I'm right now. I got the FOMO for the party cades right now. I feel like.
Oh yeah, you should, man. I wouldn't mind having a party cade either.
Yeah, I got the FOMO for them, man, because they ain't making them no more, and they're space savers, you know. And if you mod them up, they're pretty fire.
Yeah. Well, guys, we got some ideas. We got some ideas rolling around for some mod ideas and stuff like that. But stay tuned, man. Hang out with us next time. We'll let you know what we're reviewing and what we're talking about and everything, man. What's going on in the community?
We're a couple pinball sluts, so we'll be back for more of this shit. You know that.
For sure. Like you said, man. So catch y'all on the flip. Y'all have a great one, man. God bless everybody here. And we'll see you on the next show.
Retro. Bye-bye.
What's up, y'all? Welcome, yo.